Hey y'all, and
It's really bad. I don't know what's happened to education. It breaks my heart. I wanted to be a teacher since I was in the fourth grade. Now I'm a teacher and I'm miserable a lot. I don't get to teach. I spend my day managing behaviors and teaching students how to regulate their emotions. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a behavior specialist. I'm a teacher.
Start at the beginning of the year. If you start at the beginning of the year really strong, teaching that kind of stuff and behavior expectations, you won't have to go through it the whole year long. I'm telling you. Start at the beginning of the year, just like.
And most of my job is managing behaviors. That's not what I signed up for, and that's why so many teachers are leaving the profession.
Listen, you don't have to manage behaviors every day. Like I said, the wall.
I just watched a video of a teacher getting pepper sprayed by their student in the school because they took their phone because it was being used to cheat on a test. And there were people defending it.
Why do the student have pepper spray? And you never take the student's phone. You say, hand me the phone. If they don't hand it to you, you put them out. Don't take their phone.
Hey, the kids, the inmates run the asylum. The parents, they're not going to care. Everybody got autism, ADHD. They got cell phones in their hand. They don't want to give up. You got some of the kids aggressive, wanting to fight. It's just too much happening. It's like Tower of Babel in a lot of these schools. I have spoken to school teachers, like they're teaching right now in the classroom. They got students now, today. They're stressed because up to 5 languages in one class at one time are spoken. And this is not ESL. We're talking about English. We're talking about math. We're talking about science. We're talking about regular classes. 5 different languages spoken in one class. And then your next class, it might be 5 different languages. How can you really deal with that?
Now that is so true, because the lay of the land in the classroom now, you have to try to Google.
The stress on our teachers who are underpaid. A lot of them say, you know what? I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go to class. I don't even want to teach because of all the stress of all these new kids coming into the classroom who are not prepared to learn at all.
I'm telling you, there is hope, teachers. Let Mr. Denby help you. That's why you need these teacher tips. There is hope. Don't lose hope right now. This when we need you the most, teachers. We need you to stand up in it.
Raise your kids to be afraid of you. Yeah, I said it. We have a culture today where kids can just act out and they can be rebellious and do whatever because there's really no fear of consequences or discipline in the home.
I always say it. If kids can do whatever they want to do with no consequences, or the best, funnest activity the teacher have, they gonna always pick the no consequences. That's why you gotta have some kind of.
That we have to raise our children to have a healthy fear. I fear discipline more than I feel the fear of not getting to do what I want to do.
Speak, King, speak. He talking, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's where there is hope. There is hope for this situation in the classroom right there. Just a little healthy.
Because there's going to be no self-control. And now I've raised a junior higher. I raised teenagers who are off the wall and they can scream and holler at mom and they can throw things around the house and they can crash a door and they can run out and be gone for a couple of days because they've never brought up in the fear of discipline.
The fear of discipline. Come on. The Bible says if you don't chastise your children.
And that my children at any age, that no, you don't talk to your mom that way. There's a healthy fear. Then my wife also, we have a healthy fear that she's like, you better not talk to me that way. You better not act that way. Now you better lower your voice right now. You have to have the ability to direct your children. And the only way that I can have that is there has to be a healthy amount of fear of the consequences of being rebellious, the consequences of talking back, the consequences of raising your voice, of ever yelling. We've never had a child yell at us. We've never had a child throw something across the room. We've never had a child run away or run for somewhere for a day or two. Why is that? Because they have a healthy amount of fear for mom and dad. And what's crazy is I've raised some of the happiest kids around because they've learned the boundaries of our home. Raise your kids to
anytime you give children boundaries, as much as they act like they hate it, they love it. And they are happier and they are more free than any other time. That's why most children fight at school, because they know there are parameters there that's gonna, if they get beat up, there's somebody that's gonna stop it. That's why they do things, they misbehave at school, because they already know there are boundaries in place to stop them from going further than they need to. As I was saying before, the Bible says, those who do not choose the rod of correction for your children, don't mean beat them. It means you need to direct them and correct them. You don't have to beat them. The rod of correction is what the shepherds use to guide the sheep. No, you're going the wrong way. Move over here. Move up. Move over there. And even though the sheep try to push, that rod, keep them over there. You don't gotta beat them. I'm telling you. Parents think when we say have a healthy amount of fear, they think that means beating your children. No. But you gotta make that correction strong. Sometimes they gotta, honey, sometimes just the threat of something happening, they don't even gotta know. Sometimes I tell my children, I'm gonna give you a check mark. And they say, oh, what? They don't even know what a check mark, it ain't even. But that's what I'm talking about. You got to be strong in your discipline to show that you love your children, parents and teachers. Where the spirit of learning is, there is liberty.